Hey, how's it going? YouTube stuff. I'm not specifically talking about any kind of show or movie or anything, but I might. So, anyway, I have been kind of looking for things to watch that are not like a bummer. There's a lot of stuff that I have been watching for a long time, and it was not the most positive stuff to be consuming. Um, it definitely has an effect on you, uh, which you don't really notice until you sort of step away from it. So, I was advised a while ago to stop watching like network news and things like that, and I mostly did, but I still was in the habit of wanting to know that news political stuff, and it's become so pervasive and so half entertainment worthy that it's hard to get away from. And so I have well, there's I've just been realizing that I'm basically getting like whatever they are going to say, the gist of it, and then like shutting it off. I don't really want to hear all of the commentary unless they're going to be funny. I don't need to hear it. And then also stuff that's pretty violent that I've always liked forever. I'm just kind of, I don't know, like I still like it, but I need it to be toned way down or something. So I thought, hell, I'm not finding something that's giving me what I want in doing what I normally do. So what I usually do in that case is like just do something else completely and go outside, which is good. There's a lot to look at outside and it's calming, and it's not super stimulating though, and I think that's part of why I can't stop looking at stuff. So you just gotta, I guess, practice at learning to alter your own taste, I guess. I mean, to suit me, it's what I need to do, I feel like. And part of that, too, though, is focusing on the positive as much as possible. And I'm generally an upbeat person, but I'll also, like, immediately pick out the negative things right away. So, trying to, get out of that habit. And, so, with that in mind, I've just been starting from the moment I start waking up in the morning, setting a tone for my day. And this is a technique I've known about for a long time, but actually adhering to it has been something else. But now I have this new motivation to be happier and feel less negative, basically. And so yesterday, I was waking up very slowly with my cat. He sleeps in my chair that I keep right next to me so I can reach out my arm and pet him if I need to. And he came over and was sitting on my chest, and we were like waking up, and I was petting him, and it was just very nice and sedate and calm. And then all of a sudden I heard somebody meowing outside really loud outside the window. And so I opened it up, and there's this kitty I had never seen before, but he was, or I don't know what gender it was, but it was standing by the dish that I keep out there with food in it that was empty, and he was like, "Hey, where's the food?" So I had to jump up and feed that guy, and it was so cute. Like, my cat has food in here, and he gets all the treats and wet food and all the good stuff, and the other people outside, the other kitties, I mean, they might get something wet occasionally, like if I get something that my cat won't eat, they'll get it. Or just sometimes there's odds and ends that a cat can eat that I'll put out there. So, and cat food and water, because they are homeless. They don't have people taking care of them. Anyway, I like doing that, and it makes me feel good in the morning to get up and tend to my little cats. And the day just started so nice that way, and I got a piece of good news in the afternoon, and it really makes a difference to set the tone for your day. Like, it really does. And it took a while for me, it took a while to get used to, like, maintaining the intent to stay in that vibration. So, I mean, it's like anything else that you have to learn, you have to practice to get better at it. But also yesterday, I saw a video for something called the law of, I think it was indifference. And it was just sort of like a synchronicity for me, because is my nose bleeding? Oh no, it's a shadow. The day before yesterday, I had decided that, like, there's this, that was my opinion commentary sign trying to give me a heart attack. Anyway, I had figured out sort of, well, on my own, that you always hear these things in the, I always talk about these spiritual channels that I like to watch, the shows, like the actual YouTube channels, and sometimes they have channelers on there, and just things of a spiritual bent. And they talk about, detaching from attachments, like not having them, like how to not get them, and how to get rid of them, or maybe the how-tos, or like maybe you have to pay or someone to get those details, but they tell you that you don't want to be doing that. You don't want to be collecting a bunch of them and hanging on to them forever. And attachments, I mean, it could be any number of things. I'm not going to try to, I'm just going to talk about what they mean to me, which is like things that, like habits that are detrimental to you moving forward, like as a human being, like, stopping your evolution. So, finally, I was able to, like, make that a thing and start having the not attaching to things and getting rid of them, and I was calling it the law of not giving a crap, basically. And there's a lot of them. I'm not out there all studying the spiritual tomes, learning all the laws, but I know there's more than the law of attraction and the ones that everybody talks about because you want to get something ones. But actually the law of indifference is kind of the same thing, because it's something we would already know about. Like, if you love something, set it free. Like, if you want something, don't put a bunch of demands on it. Don't put a bunch of expectations on it. And I mean that in the sense of, if you're talking about a person, don't say a bunch of stuff to them that's just gonna be like, weighing them down or making them feel like obligated. And also, like I said, just things that are sort of in your head that are, what are the words? Those blocks in, like, your personality that prevent you from moving forward in whatever way it is. Like, if you're stuck on alcohol, like if you're an alcoholic, that's like a thing kind of in your way. if you don't just do it in moderation, or even if it's just like some kind of mental thing that, just gets you in trouble somehow. It could be a lot of things. It really is subjective. So, I thought, okay, well, that's cool. And I did see it actually come to fruition in some ways, like by enacting the law of not giving a crap. And it's not something I could do for a long time, because I'm a cat person with a chihuahua personality. But so yesterday, then the next day, I see on YouTube a title card for a piece on the law of indifference, and then I didn't watch it because I think I know what it's about, and I figure I'll just check it out later. But I have some stuff going on. There's some things I want to get accomplished. There's some things that I need to acquire, and money's a problem. And so it doesn't have to be. In fact, by characterizing it as a problem, that makes it almost like I'm saying that's what it is. It's going to make it hard to get. I am not saying that. I don't want it to be hard to get if I need it. But I also don't need it all the time, and I don't need a whole bunch of it. I just need a little bit more at the moment for something, and then it'll be done. So it seemed like, because it's something I need for a health reason, it seemed like the normal channels that I would use that I actually am using to try to deal with the situation just take a long time. They just do. Because I'm only one of millions that is needing stuff right now. So, yeah, it's going to take a while. And I thought, well, in this instance, I can, do something to help myself. And so I did. And then I thought, when I got it all taken care of and the process was pretty much done, I learned that was also going to take a long time from what they said. But I got a call, or not a call, but I got a mail in the yesterday saying that my product would be here to where I get deliveries tomorrow. And I was like, well, yay, because I really feel like, knowing what I know about the supply and demand right now for this particular type of product, I expected it to take a while, because every ad that I see, because I've been looking, and on my, YouTube machine, my Google machine, everything I even think about turns up as an ad series for days and days and days. So, yeah, I was looking at things, and that's how I found the thing that I could get and that I need, and just forever after that, ads about these things. It's like, God, can you shut that off? Anyway, now I forgot what I was talking about. I'm just about done anyway. But, oh, yeah, I could have gotten, and almost did, get all verklempt about how long stuff was going to take. But then I thought, if I do that, it's just going to make stuff take longer. And I know that sounds crazy. Like, how could my one little self make any one single thing do anything? But you'd be surprised. I know I was. Yesterday when I got that email, I was like, oh, my goodness. Yes, my goodness, it came. So, yay. I was being clever there a little bit at the end. Well, yeah, at the end, that works. So, that's it. I just wanted to share the fact that, wow, if you just like lighten up pretty much, like that's kind of all I did, things can go really well and easily. So, yeah. Oh, thank you and good night.